Hi, my name is Nancy. Welcome to my channel Running with Scissors. In today's video, I'm going to show you another make from my fabric wheel of fate. Don't go away. If you remember, the last time I spun this corduroy. I don't have very much of it left, but that corduroy. You're wondering, why did you put corduroy on your fabric wheel of fate when we're running into spring and summer? Well, at the time I started, it wasn't spring yet. And if you live anywhere in Ohio or anywhere in the Midwest, you know the weather is crazy. Today it's in the 70s. Tomorrow it's going to drop 40 degrees. It does it all the time. You'll be out in the mid 70s wearing your shorts and the short sleeves, and it's great. And the next day the temperature's down 40 degrees, like I mentioned, and you're wearing long pants and jackets and you're freezing. So anyway, now there was about a yard and 13 inches, I think. And I knew it wasn't something I could make for myself. And I didn't really want to make a bag with it. So I looked through my patterns, and here's what I found. I found McCall 7831. And I decided to make the jumper that the model's wearing for my 11-year-old granddaughter. And so that's what I made. And one thing I did that I had never done before was when you hammer on those buttons for the straps. I'd never done that before. I did do a little video, I'll show you in a minute, and I'm going to apologize right now for the quality. I'm not good at doing that. And I tell you the truth, I think sometimes when I'm holding stuff up, it's too high or too low. I would probably be editing quite a bit of it, and hopefully you can see how I did it, how I actually hammered in the button, but we'll see that in a little bit. First of all, let's see what I made. Pretty proud of it. And here it is. Here's the front of it. I just saw a thread I didn't cut off back there. But there it is. It's got a pocket in the front. Now, you can make them with two front pockets. I don't know. Patch pockets aren't my favorite thing to do. Try and get them even. And the girl in the model right here on the package, she only has one pocket. So I just did the one pocket. And then there's the back of it. See, there's that thread I need to cut off. And there's the back of it. What was really good about this was I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have a lot of the fabric, and the front and the back were not cut on the fold. If they had been both cut on the fold, I would have had to have done quite a bit of creative pattern placing. But because they were not on the fold, you know, there is a seam down, I was able to place the front and the back right next to each other. And there was plenty of fabric for the straps and for the pocket. And so anyway, I think it's pretty cute. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and insert the little video I did showing you how I put the button on. And as I said, I apologize for my poor camera work. I need to get better at that, but go ahead and watch. Okay, I'm going to show you. I did one already. And there's the one I've done. Show you the back of it. Here's the back. And there's the one I did. Okay, now I'm going to tell you in all transparency, when I did that first one, I didn't have, see, here's the button. There's the button, and there's this little screw thing that goes into the button. See the back of the button? And there's the little screw. Make sure you can see it. Well, I didn't have it straight into the hole. And then what happened was, you see it, I smashed it straight down. It got smashed straight down. I couldn't use it. And then the button itself, where I was putting it in, it got scraped on the side. So I went back to Hobby Lobby and let's do it again. All right, so here's what I did. I had measured and marked, and I just marked it with a pen. Right there's the pen that I marked it with, right there. And then, now they mentioned using an awl. I didn't have an awl, poke a hole in it. So what I'm going to do, and this is what I did with the other one, and it worked out okay. I went ahead and poked it from behind with this, and then once I got it through, I just used a little Allen wrench and put the Allen wrench through it to help make my hole a little bit bigger, and that seemed to work. So let's see if we can do this. I hope you can see it. I'm just going to take it right where that pin is, right there. Pull the pin out. And I'm just going to push it through. It's not easy to do. This is corduroy. See, it's coming through. I can see the tip of it. You probably can't see that, but I can actually see the end of it coming through. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I can see the end of it coming through. And once I know I've got a hole, once I know I've got a hole there, if you can see, I'm pushing it through. Once there's a hole there, then I took that little Allen wrench and I made the hole bigger. And then I used the Allen wrench to put through the hole and kind of jiggle it around to make the hole bigger. See? Because I didn't have an awl. That works. Okay, now, of course, this goes from the back and the button's on the front. You see it's through there and the button. Now my mistake when I made the first time, I didn't have it directly into the hole, and when I hit it with the hammer, I smashed it. And we use this fabric so it buffers it a little bit off my cutting board here. You want to make sure you lay it down, and you want to make sure that is in the hole, And then I'm going to hit it with a hammer. We'll do it a couple times just to make sure that I feel like it's there. And then I'm going to feel like it's there. I'm going to use this to kind of help it too, help buffer it. And we're going to hit it. I'll make sure it's in there tight. Yeah, it feels pretty tight. And then I already, this was really kind of tough to get in here because this is corduroy and it's got interfacing in it too. So basically what you do is you pull it through and back, and then bring it back up on that one there. So then it looks like this on the back and that on the front. Okay, and that one feels like it's pretty tight. And then I'll go ahead and put it on. I like to hold on to the button so I don't yank on it too much. Hold on the button, and there you have it. Little snafus along the way, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, have you ever done that before? Hammered in those buttons? I've never done that before, and as you saw, my first attempt, I flattened out the little screw thing that went in, and I had to go buy me some more. So, but if you're careful, it can be done. It's just harder when you've got this thick fabric. I mean, this is, you think when I did it, it was 2 layers. It was 2 layers because this has, let me show you. It's 2 layers because there is a facing. See, there's a facing there, so it was going through not only this layer, but it went through the facing. So, but as I said, I didn't have an awl to poke the holes, but that little Allen wrench did the trick. Okay, now, before I show you my granddaughter, it's 11-year-old, wearing the little jumper, it's time to spin again. So let me go ahead and get it. And also let me show you the fabric that I have. Okay, I've grabbed the fabric. We have 3 left. We have a plaid cotton. We have a floral cotton, and there's a ton of this stuff. A floral cotton. And then I've got something that's more for winter, but oh well. And this is that flannel backed twill. And whatever I make with that, if it's for winter, I'll just save it for winter. I guess I should have been more careful about what I chose, since knowing I was going into warmer weather. But anyway, that's what I have. Now we have it. You see we have 3, so there's going to be a good likelihood I'm going to be spinning this more than once, because look how many chances it has to land on a blank spot. But here we go. Let's give it a go. Oh, I only had to spin it one time, and we hit the cotton floral. Okay. And it's the cotton floral. So what do you think I should make with it? There's a lot of it. Oh my gosh. There's probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 yards of it. There's quite a bit. So that'll be what I'm going to make next on my fabric wheel of fate. And then stay tuned. I will show you a picture of my granddaughter wearing the little jumper. Okay, well, stay tuned for the next edition of my fabric wheel of fate, and we'll see what I make with this new fabric. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would. Give me a thumbs up, ring the little notification bell, and I'll see you next time I upload a video. Y'all take care. God bless. Goodbye.